If you're a fan of the band Switchfoot, you know that the music this band generates is an anthem of hope, transparency, and action. In other backstage passes we've done with the band, we've been pumped to hear about their heart for Christ, its desire to see a generation mobilized, and most of all, to let people know that the hurricane does not have the last say when it comes to living one's future on purpose and not by accident. We had the pleasure of sitting down with Drew from Switchfoot, and you'll want to stick around to hear what he had to say on this edition of Backstage Pass. Welcome to Backstage Pass, I'm Clinton Fopple. Well, the boys from Switchfoot have done it. Winning their first Grammy has got to feel good after 15 years in the business. We asked Drew what it felt like.
That was a cool experience, winning a Grammy. What was it like to win a Grammy? Well, it was unexpected, actually. I mean, we were recording an album, our new album, Vice Versa's at the time, and we went up to LA for a night, and we're sitting there in this poison candy shop sort of vibe where everything around you is just like lights, cameras, and like weird people and people that are dressed. We live in sort of a different environment than that. Like, we honestly, we're in San Diego, so we're not in kind of the LA vibe, the LA scene. The Hollywood thing is sort of not us. But it was such an honor to have that accolade. My dad finally noticed what we do. Because like my dad's like, hey, you know, he doesn't really know any of our music much really, but we won a Grammy and he's like, wow, so it seems like this rock and roll thing is really working out for you guys. So that was cool. But yeah, it was really an honor. You know, we received it, we accepted, and we move on. The next day after the Grammys, we were back in the studio working hard on our next record for you guys. Yeah, we're very excited about this next record. Vice Versa's is our most soulful album to date, I think lyrically and musically. We're at a place where we really know who we are, and this is a solid collection of songs that was recorded all at one time. We have really sought after our identity through a lot of different things and ways, and Hello Hurricane was really kind of an identity search for us in a number of ways. It was a long road, a long journey. This album, Vice Versa's, is a shorter journey. It's more concise. It's songs that have hope and a lot of just a lot of the life experiences that we've lived and the way that we've seen the world over the last 15 years as a band, you know, just kind of all seeps its way into these songs. And I am so proud of these songs, really. John, our lead singer, has written some of the most honest songs I've ever heard him write. I mean, some of my favorite, absolute, and I've heard them all, you know, even the ones that aren't released, I have on my, you know, list. But these songs, this collection is really special. It's called Vice Versa's, and it's coming out on September 27th.
The honesty that Drew talks about in and through the music of Switchfoot has been an anthem for a generation of young believers to move through life with intentionality and mission. At Remedy, we've encouraged you to live that life in transparency and confession. We asked Drew how much of Switchfoot's music is a confession of their own lives.
Yeah, there is definitely an aspect of confession in our songs. With an honest statement about something, you kind of always have a bit of a confession to make. It's kind of like the best songs are the most honest ones to us, and the ones that carry the heart and soul of the band, which is not allowing the storms to be the final word. We want the hope to be the final word, and we are reaching towards there's a song called Where I Belong that I'm thinking of, and it's the last track on the record, and it is really reaching towards what's not there yet, which, if you know the definition of faith, that's what it is. And hope is not hope if you have it already, if you can see it. If you have it, it's not hope. Hope is something you're reaching towards and you're going after and you're going to get. So there's a lot of hope that we found in the storm. Hello Hurricane was a journey through a lot of life's storms. Our country went through a recession, you know, relationships crumble. We experienced a lot of turmoil just in our, you know, touring life, just so busy, disconnect a little bit and things like that. And that was reaching, you know, for hope. And so it's cool to hear that you guys have that kind of confessional thing happening on your website, because it's very therapeutic and very you can learn a lot about yourself when you are honest with what you're going through. So it's not just about saying I am fine, nothing happened, you know. That's not what it's about. It's about being honest with what happened and being honest about what the hope is going forward.
As we confess the struggles and things in life that get in the way of living to the full, we can begin to see the hope that God has laid right before our eyes. Turning to Him in the good and the bad will always give us the hope that there is a greater purpose to this life than what we can see at the time. As an example of this, Switchfoot makes it clear that they want to stand the gap for teens that are in the midst of that storm. That's where the Bro-Am comes in.
Yeah, the Bro-Am is an event that we dreamed up because we love surfing and we love music and we love helping kids. So we put all those things together, created the best day of the year in San Diego. It is sponsoring an organization called Stand Up for Kids, which is national now, and it helps at-risk youth that are homeless and going through situations that I haven't even gone through, but that I learn about and sympathetic towards and want to help with. And so this is our way to do that. We do a concert on the beach. It's looking at the Pacific Ocean. You know, there's a crowd of 6,000 or 8,000 there, and we're playing and looking at the horizon. And there's a surf contest where many pro surfers come and give their time. They actually pay to do it, which is very cool, you know. We help raise money that way. And then we do an auction, which we auction off a lot of memorabilia and stuff like that. Raise a lot of money that way. And then it is an annual thing, so we do it every year, and we hope to just raise awareness and raise we want to lift up things that are doing well. So we really want to, like, we see Stand Up for Kids and we're like, well, we can help elevate that. They're doing such a great work, more work than we would ever be able to do. We're a rock band. We go out and play music, we play songs, I play guitar, but I can help elevate things that are important. We try to do that with our Twitter, with our Facebook, with our albums, songs, with our quotes and things like that, because there's so many people, including you guys, that are doing such great things around the world. And so this is one of them that we've been able to find a niche with, surfing and music, and it's the Switchfoot Bro-Am. I'm sure a lot of people watching this are going through a lot of different things. A lot of things I may have been in contact with, and some things that I don't know anything about personally, but I, as a musician and as a writer, as an artist, and as someone who's filled with hope, just want to let you guys know that there's always a way out, that there's never, the way it is isn't the way that it has to be. I think that's a lie. The way it is isn't the way it has to be. There's always hope, and there's always a way out. There's always options and people to talk to and people that love you, even in a world where it seems like nobody does. It's easy to feel like you're the only one going through something like that, but you're not. There's other people going through the same things. There's other people that are filled with love and hope for you, even though you may not even know them. So have hope. And if you don't feel hope, just know that it's there. And if I had to pick one of our songs that I've been thinking about along those lines, it would be Dare You to Move. It's one of our oldest, most known songs. And it's kind of about a boxer who's on his back, almost knocked out. And it's kind of a song of motivation, just saying, you know, and I dare you to move. I get up and get your feet off the, you know, get off the floor and, you know, stand up and get moving. and don't lose hope. So I guess I would just say I dare you to move.
We want to help. Visit chatlistenlove.com right now and drop a line with one of our live soul medics. They're standing by to chat with you about whatever you're going through. And as always, my thanks to Switchfoot and Drew for their time today on this Backstage Pass. Check out their new album wherever you buy your tunes. And thanks to you for taking time to be with us. Remember, live your life on purpose and not by accident. You've just had a Backstage Pass.